Hello, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking the bark off this yellow poplar tree behind me. If you notice at the bottom, some of that bark is already gone. I used that recently to make a couple of berry buckets. I showed that process on my most recent Forest Craft Friday post on my Instagram account. But now I've come back to get the rest of it, so I got to get this tree on the ground, and then I'm going to show you the process of removing the bark. So stick around. I'll get back to you once the tree's down where I can get to it. Here we are. The tree is now on the ground where I can get to it. Mostly on the ground anyways. It's kind of caught up just a little bit in some of the smaller trees up on the side of the hill over here, but it's pretty much on the ground. So, next thing, I'm going to remove these branches. Then I'm going to section this up into shorter logs, make it a little bit easier to work with, and then we'll get on to stripping the bark. Not swinging very hard on these branches. One reason, it's kind of awkward. I don't really want to whack myself with the axe. The other reason is I don't want to actually accidentally go through the branch and lodge the axe in the trunk, because I want to keep this bark as intact as possible. So, trying to be pretty careful about that. I think I might stop there. Now I'm going to cut it right here so that I can actually get this onto the ground. There. Right there. I'm going to do it right there. Should be pretty good. I'm going to do this with the axe just because it is supported at that end, so the middle wants to sag down. Cut in with a saw, it's going to pinch the saw eventually. I don't have any wedges with me right now, and I don't want to make any, and this is really small. So I'm just going to do this and cut that out, and when I pop out those chips, it'll make a nice big notch there. Plenty of room for that to close up as the trunk log tree falls. There we go. That'll work. Move the camera over a little bit so you can get a better look at what's going on here. So I've got my log cut out. Found me a little baton. Really don't need much of one, because I just have to get through this bark, which is actually quite easy to do. So I'm going to take this and just work that in there just like that. See if I'm going all the way through. Oh yeah, that'll work good. Got a little bit crooked though. Straighten that up a little bit. ought to do pretty good. Now, anywhere that didn't quite get cut like I want, I can just go back in and clean it up a little bit with my knife, which I'm going to have to do right here, because there's a knot. Well, not a knot, there's a branch that's holding the bark in place. We'll get that out of there. There we go. Now, I can just run my finger down through there, just like that. Pull that loose all the way down. Just like that. There we go. Run fingers up through there and pull it loose. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to have gloves on to do this, which I have in my pocket, but I chose not to put them on. Sometimes it's good to have gloves for this, just to keep from tearing up your hands a little bit on the small branches and nodules that are in the wood itself underneath the bark. Most of this is really quite clear wood though, so I chose to forego the gloves for the moment. There was one of those little nodules. There we go. Turn that there. That branch right there is probably going to give me trouble, I would imagine. Yeah. That's giving me issues. I'll have to take that off. Nice and easy without nicking the bark too bad. It's so wet, I can't get a hold of it to pull it. There we go. Come on. There we go. And there's a sheet of bark. Got a little bit of tearing up here, a little bit around some of those larger branches, but that's a really nice large piece of material to work with right there. So yeah, there we go. Got that taken off there. Now I'm going to do the rest of the tree. There we go. Just like that. Peeled off bark. Ready to go to work. And it really didn't take all that long to get quite a bit of really usable material for all kinds of things. Buckets, baskets, cord, probably even clothes of some sort, shoe soles. There's no telling all the kinds of things you can use poplar bark for. Really simple process though. I'm going to get back to work now, but I'm going to leave this off here. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope you found it informational, useful, enjoyable. And if you did, I'd definitely appreciate it if you would hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Share this video with your friends, anybody you know that's interested in harvesting bark for projects. And leave a comment down below if you've done this before, what species you've done this with. Eastern white pine works really well also to do this with. I do suggest wearing gloves with that one though. You will get very, very sticky with Eastern white pine. But yeah, I'm going to cut it off here and get back to work. Hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, go forth, enjoy yourself, and always come home safe.